if it's not hate, it is very strong anger.
It's like hate light.
Yeah, hate like diet.
Yeah.
Diet.
Hate, diet. It's diet hate.
Hate zero. Yeah. Let's roll, baby. Fired up. That's John, Chris in the studio. Alex, Easton,
Yo.
Cam on the ones. Cam's on the ones and twos now.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Ones and twos.
Yeah, we got the staff is growing, dude. The pod's growing.
Yeah, man.
Every day, you got to get new people. Got to get new clips. You know, and the Instagram is back.
We're back. Can we clap it up?
Clap it up for the Instagram is back, dude.
Big.
Man, I didn't realize how much I missed that Instagram.
Hey,
it is. Shout out to your team.
That's the song, right?
What?
You don't realize what you got till it's gone?
Is it about Instagram? Is it about your podcast
Instagram account? Yeah, that's what it was about when they wrote it 40 years ago.
If you're new to the game, we had how many followers you got on there? 170,000, something like that. 180. We lost it, and we got an email from. First of all, let me say, a lot of people offered to help.
Yes,
a lot of people offered to help from the pod. Friends of mine heard about it, chimed in, and maybe it was somebody that helped. Maybe it was Instagram just going, "Hey, brother, our bad."
Yeah,
and they just sent you an email.
Yeah, and they basically said, "Hey, our bad."
Yeah,
they're like, "Sorry about that.
Yeah,
we're sorry that you couldn't use it for a while, but you're back.
Yeah, you're
Enjoy.
back.
We're sending the National Guard on them.
Yeah, we did sending the troops.
Yeah, it's a wild process, but I'm happy that we're gone for 3 weeks.
You can look at it. You can look at it in two different ways, which is what I've always said. Like you're like, man, this is an engine that we promote our podcast and promote all our stuff. And then you go, also, we've been using Meta for free.
Yeah.
My house is because of Meta. My car is because of Meta. Like we owe them.
A lot of my company is Meta.
Yeah, we owe them.
Yeah.
They don't know us.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks.
Yeah, we'll start over.
Thanks, Mark.
I don't like to say.
Thanks, Mark.
Hey,
also,
Mark,
this podcast is brought to you by Meta.
Yeah, first brought to you by Meta. Yeah, we're just volunteering to say that. Great work over there.
Yeah,
and thanks for the algorithm, by the way, to sending our stuff to other. Y'all doing great.
We're just a Meta propaganda pod now.
Bang up job you guys are doing.
Meta positive.
Yeah, meta positive. Hey, everybody over there, thanks. And I go, like, as somebody, everybody goes. I work at. My cousin works there, or I have a friend.
Oh, yeah.
Like everybody that if your paycheck comes from Meta, this must be your whole life.
Yeah.
People going, can you? Hey,
my so and so lost
my friend,
there,
and you go. My friend like has like a flower shop, and like it has 3,500 followers, and she lost it. Can you? And you just go. And then, but people now we got the Instagram back. People are now flooding our DMs to go, how did you get it back?
Yeah.
We have it must be your whole job if you work for Meta.
Yeah. I mean,
your friends.
I wouldn't tell anyone.
I wouldn't tell anyone.
For this exact reason.
I would not tell anyone.
I'd wait for the right opportunity, though.
I work for Meta, no shot.
I'd wait for the right opportunity where somebody who has boatloads of money and a lot at stake loses their account. And if I know that I have the nuclear codes to get somebody's account back, I'm going to be like, cool.
I got you. But would you?
How much is it worth for you?
Yeah, so I'm guessing you can get fired for that.
Oh, for sure.
But
that's why it has to be so much money. I'm putting my job on the line here, John.
Yeah, I'd do it.
You know?
I'd just make an e-course for it.
How to get back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know where you can't sell that? Through Meta ads.
Yeah, no, you can't say it. And also everyone who I'm just more and more undone with people that run companies' social media. I'm like, dude, you have no idea what you're doing, because it's like your credit score. Like, what is it? It's we know what the credit score algorithm is, and we keep you in the dark on purpose.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of bow down to us a little bit.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. We want you, it's like a slot machine. Well, when does it, the addiction is, we don't know. That's the whole thing.
The game.
Yeah, that's the whole game. So anybody that is, if you knew anything about social media, I believe you would run a company for yourself and make millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Meaning, if you knew about how it worked, you would start an apparel company or a soap company or a meme company. You would not work for someone else. You don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, I can run your social media. Well, why wouldn't you do it? I can teach you how to play baseball. Well, why wouldn't you be in the MLB?
I don't know about that.
It breaks down a little bit because if you're like retired, but if you could, you would.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like people
I mean, there's obviously people who know more social media than other people.
Of course. But there's a lot of people taking advantage of it.
To your point, like that's why I hate the e-course culture.
Yeah.
I hate it because if you were that good at that, why would you go create competition for yourself?
Exactly.
That to me doesn't
make
$1
million. Make $1 million a week selling real estate. Why would you tell other people how to do this? You do that.
If you can do it, why would you? Yeah,
dude, you do it.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Why would if I was? I
found a bunch of gold in West Nashville. There's this mountain of gold.
Here's where it is.
Right now, I'm the only one who knows about it. But for $49, I'll sell you a course with a map to it.
What? Yeah. What?
Why would you do that?
Why don't you go get it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why would Chick-fil-A teach Popeyes how to make better chicken?
Now you're talking. Okay. Easton knows how to verbalize
breaking it down into our language.
Easton, here's what Easton's playbook
There's a few more factors at play in that situation.
Yeah, there's a couple more. Yeah. Why would you say here's the recipe for Coca-Cola? Here's the recipe. Yeah. No, keep it.
Yeah.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
If you were making hand over fist money in real estate in Nashville, you would not tell anybody.
I don't know why hand over fist is such a funny phrase.
Is that it?
No, it's perfect.
Did I say the right one?
You nailed it. Yeah. It's just funny.
Pretty funny. Yeah.
Hand over fist.
Hand over fist.
What does that mean?
Means
hand over fist.
What is that?
Just getting money. Is it hand over fist?
Just tell me, man.
I don't know. Yeah.
Hand
look it up. What is hand over
fist?
And this is why people tune into this podcast.
Meta positive. The phrase hand over fist originates from the nautical term hand over hand.
Oh, turning.
Which rapid, steady motion of sailor climbing a rope by continually making a fist to grip the rope and then open hand over fist. So,
fair enough.
Oh, I thought you meant turning the.
So did I. I thought it was going to be that.
Hand over fist.
All right.
You're just making money hand over fist means a ton of it.
All right.
Right?
Fair enough.
Yeah, I guess so. Which also, wouldn't you just keep it as hand over hand? Yeah, I don't know.
Hand over hand.
That seems like it works
fist
fine.
Over fist.
Hand over fist sounds much funnier and much better. The hand over hand just sounds weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fisting money.
All right.
John.
Come on, man.
No, hold on. No, I'm not saying it in dirty. I'm just saying you're like.
But you can't grab the money if your hand's in a fist, man.
Oh, yeah. You got to open.
It's like that monkey
punch
thing.
in the monkey.
Yeah. You got to open, close.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're back on the road. And this week is a big week. We're starting a tour.
Yeah.
Starting a tour. Dude, huge announcement today.
Oh.
We are announcing January 25th. We are coming to the Opry House.
Come on, man.
Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Come on.
Listen, the 4,400 seat Opry House. That is a monster.
44?
That is a monster.
Bro.
Well, last time I said, the first time we ever came to Nashville, we were at Minio's Pizza.
Andy?
The first ever show. What?
Andy Minio's Pizza?
Shout out to Andy Minio. No, I don't think it's his. And then the first time we toured here, we did Tribeca. Then we've done Zany's a bunch of times. And then last time we did 3 sold out shows at the 2,200 seat Ryman. So weird. And about, so we might add a second show in Nashville, but everybody, everywhere I go, when do you come to Nashville? When do you come to Nashville? Yeah. And January 25th.
January 25th.
Yeah, it's going to be a monster.
Start the new year off right.
That's going to be a monster. That is a gigantic
Congrats, bro. That's
show.
Crazy.
Dude. Yeah,
But I
huge.
slide to that one. Keep trying to win some sports bets so I can afford some tickets. But
Nice.
Yeah, we'll get you, dude. We got you. Win some bets and we'll get you some tickets.
Sell
Rest of this fall, starting this weekend, Grand Rapids, Fort Wayne, Paducah. Next weekend, Charleston, Macon, Hiawassee, Georgia. October 2nd, 3rd, 4th, Evansville, Dayton, Peoria. 10th, 11th, Knoxville and Greenville. October 16, 17, 18, York, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Cleveland, Birmingham, Chattanooga, November, Boise, Spokane, Tacoma, Abilene, San Antonio, Tyler, Austin, and December, Phoenix, Arizona, Santa Rosa, Redding, South Bend, Pittsburgh, Buffalo, and 125, just freshly added, Nashville, Tennessee. Baby, we were just down in Huntsville all weekend.
Yeah.
And this week's episode, by the way, sponsored by the good people. I should have worn my Brunt boots.
Ooh.
Dang, I should have worn my Brunt boots. The good people over at Brunt, unbelievable. They send me a box of how did I say this? Just unbelievable apparel.
Yeah.
It's an awesome apparel brand. I've been wearing the boots. I've been wearing them out. I've been wearing them in the summer.
Yeah.
And mine are like, it's the male equivalent of like a thigh high.
Okay.
But it's like to here.
Like calf high, mid calf.
Yeah.
Mid-calf
It's not a
boot.
cowboy boot, but it's like, it's pretty, there's like when we wear the boots up here, like
sure.
the cowboy boots are to here.
Yeah.
This is like the male equivalent. It's like right here. And this thing is thick. I feel like I'm not going to say I feel like more of a man, but I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Brunt? Yeah.
I mean, that's
like,
what you're going to get when you go with Brunt.
Yeah, when I'm wearing something Brunt, I wish I got a flat tire.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
Yes, of course.
No. I wish a female got a flat tire.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
You're like, hey, John, read the copy, please.
For sure.
This
No,
is not,
by a female, you mean your fiance, of course. That's, of course, the only
no, I was gonna
female
go
you
help.
mean.
I gotta
For
go
of
help
course.
somebody.
Of course.
Yeah. Or like a cow was like stuck in the fence.
Nice.
And I could get out and like,
Yep.
yeah, I was like, well, good thing.
Yep.
What am I gonna do in these? Nothing. Get stuck myself.
Nothing there, yeah.
Yeah, you know how you ever been on like an escalator and they have the
Stuck myself.
they're like, hey, don't wear Crocs because they could suck these in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that escalator.
Not
eat
a pair
those
of
up, man.
Brunts.
Not eating Brunts, though.
Best selling Marin work boots are not only built for the toughest job sites. That's what I'm talking about. I worded it different. Completely waterproof, whether it's rain, mud, standing water, your feet stay dry from oily workshop floors to muddy farms. Everything in between. This Marin 6-inch soft toes built for workers across a variety of trades. Brunt isn't just about work boots. They offer a full range of, listen to this, high-performance gear built for tough, relatable jobs. Easton, unbelievable, dude. From
It's a celebration,
heavy-duty
man. Celebration.
work pants to weather-resistant jackets, Brunt designs durable, reliable workwear to keep protection and productive in any condition. And I've seen Brunt, I've seen a couple Brunt ads on TV.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, yeah, there's our people.
They're out there.
Didn't just make a durable work boot, they reinvented comfort for the hardest workers out there. For a limited time, our listeners get $10 off Brunt by using code NETPOSITIVE at checkout. Just head to bruntworkwear.com and use NETPOSITIVE, and you're all set. Even better, Brunt lets you try all their products on the job. What? That's sweet. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support the show. Please support old Net Positive. Put some wind in the sails. Tell them we sent you. That's unbelievable. Yeah. Shout out. I got a whole bag of Brunt. I got a couple Brunt hats. When is Father's Day coming up?
No.
It's over?
Going to be a minute.
Oh, what am I
Christmas
talking about?
Christmas is
Oh,
soon.
yeah. Christmas is
Yeah,
coming
holidays
up.
are coming
Is it?
fast, man.
Dog, get yourself a Brunt box. Yeah. Christmas is coming up. Get you. Hey, we already got you checked off.
Yeah.
And then this is like it's like a not like, hey, listen, if you work for, not just going to say this, you work in tech, you work at Meta, you're not getting a Brunt box. Okay?
Probably not, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you could if you want to cosplay. You want to start getting out in the field, doing some
At your
work.
corporate job to
Yeah, yeah,
cosplay
yeah.
as
Yeah.
a blue collar.
Hey, what do you mean, me? Yeah. Look at these camo pants I'm wearing, dude. I don't know what I'm talking about. Yeah, unbelievable shows all weekend in Huntsville.
Yeah, tell me.
Unbelievable shows all weekend in Huntsville. I obviously the news of Charlie Kirk's everything is going on in the media this week. People all the time, dude. And unfortunately, more often than not, people go, hey, are we still doing the shows? Are we still doing the shows? Are you still? Yeah, dude. Yeah, we're doing the shows. And not because I feel like this has happened more often than I'm not. I remember the Sandy Hook shooting. We had a show that night. I remember the Boston bombing. We had a show that night. There's several in my mind tragedies that I'm booked. And I go, yeah, in fact, not only are we doing it, I believe in what we're doing more than ever. And people, obviously, I did the show. We did the show an hour or whatever, and then I just took some time at the end to talk about it. I don't want to be one of those people that like overstate their friendship with him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I get like somebody like, oh, I was best friends with him. I was not. I was not. I had. I talked about how in 2020, after I had just come out of like rehab and everything, and kind of nobody wanted to associate with me, or not. I don't know if I should say that, but it was kind of like connecting with John Crist or maybe posting. It might be a little bit of a sensitive time. Would that be fair to say?
Yeah.
June 25th, 2021, I got a DM from Charlie Kirk. And they said, hey, would love to invite you out to our organization's 2021 Student Action Summit as a special guest of Turning Point. Let's see, that was June 2021. In November of 2020, so I didn't see it. I never saw it. Somebody else invited me to one of their events. I think that, what's it called? Their big event at America Fest at the end of the year. I said, my man, I never saw this DM, my bad. I'll be at the Phoenix event in December, though.
Cool.
And so I went and I shook his hand. There's thousands of people there. He's obviously the CEO. I don't want to be like, we're buds, and then he said, awesome. I heard from my team. Glad you have time to join us. On December 19th of 2021, I said, headed back to the airport. Your team took A+ care of me. Thanks so much for the invite. You should be real proud of what you built. Let me know if I can help you in any way, my brother. Godspeed. He said, great. Thanks for the support and thanks for attending. That was the last time I talked to him in 2021. So I haven't talked to him since. But yeah, I feel like maybe it would be similar to like when they tried to shoot Trump. You were like, I don't think I was the biggest like Trump guy. I mean, I disagree with Trump on some things, obviously, but then when you tried to shoot him, you're like, wait, what? And I feel like it goes back to, I think you go, wait, what? What did this guy have to say? And that's the reason, we come back to this all the time, that me and you sat down at ML Rose and you go, why do you want to start a podcast? And I go, well, Theo just got one of it. This is like back in the what is it, 2020, 2021? When did we start?
Probably 21, 22. 22 probably.
And I go, well, Theo just got his podcast taken down because what he said, I think it was with RFK or something like that. I go,
Roseanne?
Was it Roseanne? Yeah, but yeah.
Episode, yeah.
That he made it. I go, wait, what? So, and then you were like, well, what if we started and we got ours taken down? I go, well, I'll start a new one. Because I think my philosophy was, you saw everything that was happening in the world, okay? And you go, I do not agree with this, and I don't like this, and the future of this country, of our faith, of our society is being shaped by ideas first. Before you can be radicalized and be moved to any sort of action, you first have to have ideas in your head, and the ideas that I'm seeing, I do not agree with, and I would like to add my voice to and that's what I've been doing in my stand-up. Prior to me being a stand-up comedian, that's what I would be doing in conversations, and that's what we do on this podcast every week, right? With something as simple, something as serious as race or politics or gender or faith, to something as silly as tipping or mini libraries or the WNBA. I just go, I don't agree. What you see a clip about somebody doing something wild in a church, and we would like to say this is nuts, right? And I think on this podcast we zig and zag a lot. Oh, everybody's gonna make fun of this guy. I go, I'm not making fun of this guy. I think this guy's cool. Or somebody goes, everything is awesome about, everybody loves silly, but Drake. And you go, nah, dude, I don't. You know what I'm saying? You would just like observe what's going on in the culture and add your ideas to it. And I think that was what Charlie stood for. And I think what I said at the shows, I go, I feel like when I say, like I had a joke in my 2021 special. I go, I was getting an oil change. This is on my special. It's on YouTube. So I was getting an oil change, and it said, name, address, and then it said like gender, and I was like, why would I have to fill that out? So instead of he or she, I just clicked they. I just wanted to see what happens, and then it was like they tuned my radio to NPR and told me that all my car's problems were my parents' fault. It's like a silly joke. It's a joke, yep. Okay? But what am I saying? That I think I think the thoughts on the gender stuff is silly. I think it's silly. I'm not saying it with as much maybe tact or maybe statistics as Charlie would, but we for the most part agree on the ideology. I'm trying to gently make fun of the ideology, right? That being said, I clipped my special up 1,000 times and posted it everywhere. I've never posted that clip. Do I believe in it? Yes. I never posted it.
Yeah.
And you asked me, why didn't you ever post that? It's one of the biggest laughs of the special.
Yeah.
Right? And I think you know where this is going. You sit there and you go, man, if I clip this, it's just going to be a bunch of maybe hate or disagreement or just smoke that maybe I'm not ready for or just don't want.
Yeah.
And this is what I said at the live shows all weekend. I said about, I go, man, that guy was so committed to his ideas that he did not care.
Yeah.
He did not care that he wasn't even ashamed to maybe sometimes he embarrass himself. And he was so committed to getting trashed on the internet daily.
Yeah.
That he goes, well, this is the truth. This needs to be said. And I said, as a guy that makes a joke and then people or say something on the podcast, we're always like talking you know what I'm saying? Because you're like, well, I don't want the smoke.
Yeah.
And that guy I said I respected the conviction that the man lived.
Yeah, conviction's the word that I was thinking.
I respected the conviction the man lived.
Yeah,
with.
to be so convicted in your belief system that even like I'm sure there were days that Charlie felt like I really don't want to smoke.
Had to have been.
But I think then it becomes like I owe it to whatever calling I feel like I have, to go out there again and do my thing.
Yep.
And he did.
And the day after
day after day.
Yeah. And just you go, all right, so what, like, everybody that I know, at least in my circles, like I'm saying my circles are like my algorithm in real life is probably different than others. Is that a fair way to say that?
Yeah, that's cool. That's a cool way to look at it. I like that.
My algorithm.
My IRL algorithm.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to church. I'm going to Bible study. I'm going to, like, my algorithm.
Yep.
Real life algorithm.
Yeah.
Is I would say pro Charlie Kirk. And sad. And everybody's so sad. Everybody's so sad, right? Yeah. And everybody's like, I'm more moved by this than I thought I was. And I woke up yesterday morning even more upset than I was last week. And I go, talking to a lot of friends, you go, well, what? It was so not nice, I guess, but you go, all right, the American Revolution. If you want to be free, get on this side of the field. If you want to be pay your taxes to Britain, get on that side of the field. In the morning, we're going to fight. The Civil War, if you want blacks to be free, get on this side of the field. If you want them to be slaves, get on this side of the field. In the morning, we're going to fight. And this one is when you're dealing with an ideology or like everybody goes, well, who exactly is our enemy? Or who like. It's like it cannot be, for me, it cannot be a Republican versus Democrat because there's obviously a lot of people on both sides that I am friends with, and then I as you know in this podcast that we vary from the right all the time, and I don't think becoming a MAGA person and living in a bunker and saying everybody that isn't like me and flying I don't think that's the way forward. And they go, oh, it must be Christian versus non-Christian. Well, Westboro Baptist Church protests military funerals, and there's pastors that fly in private jets and take advantage of people that don't have a lot of money so they can fly. I'm not with them. Does that make sense? Like I depart from my quote groups all the time, so it can't be that. So you're like, well, what is the battle? What is the battle? And I think which is the battle we fight on this podcast every day through humor, truth versus lies. That's the only battle that it can be, and that's what the battle that Charlie was. I do not believe that is true. And here's the statistics. Why you talking about being married and how that's good for you, or abortion, or race, or the border, or all the things he was fighting for, and the same things that we come in here in this podcast and everybody goes, we like this, and I go, financing a burrito, and everybody goes, well, Klarna, and I go, I have to weigh in here because I do not think this is the way forward. And there was disagreement between us. Remember that? And I go, yeah, I don't care if the podcast, this clip doesn't get views, or I stand up for what I do not think that is the way forward. And then we can debate whether you should finance a car or maybe finance a business, or there's room in the middle there. But you go, everybody's saying this is the way, and I go, no. Everybody's saying Drake's the man, Kendrick Lamar's the man, L for Drake. I go, I don't think so. And that's a silly version. But we all do this all every week. We come in here and do that. Every week at my shows, we go, we combat what we think are things that are untrue. And what's interesting, we had a conversation right when this news happened. I go, well, dude, we had publicly a Democrat, the mayor of this town, was sat in that chair last week. And I go, maybe politics, maybe we talked about it. Should we take the pod down, or should we limit the clips or something like that? Because we had a Democrat in here, that might be a sensitive topic. And I thought about it for a second, and I go, what am I talking about? This is literally what Charlie Kirk believed in. Is he sat down with Gavin Newsom and goes, hey, let's put the best ideas forward. Truth versus lies, by the way. Anybody on the other side, put your truth out, and we'll talk about it. And that's what the guy stood for. And then you go, here's what I thought, and this is going forward as angry and as you know, a lot of people are not talking to their family. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of divides in between, or their neighbor. But we've been through this. We've been through this with elections before. And you're like, all right, there's a coffee shop. There's a coffee shop by my house that has like a trans flag in there that I go to 3 times a week. Okay, is my strategy to go in there, scream at them, rip that trans flag down, throw it outside, jump over the counter, and destroy it? I don't think so. Obviously. I don't think anyone would say that. All right, is my strategy, I'm thinking about everybody in there, is my strategy to not patronize that place anymore? I don't think so. I don't think, maybe there would be a time for that it would come to that, but I don't think that's the move. Now, as real as I could possibly say this, as a follower of Christ, as a American, as a guy that wants to participate in society, that you walk in and that barista, you say, hey, I just want to let you know that that this coffee shop that I come into, I've been into some dark days over the past year, and I've been pretty depressed, and I just want to let y'all know that this cup of coffee has brought a lot of joy to my life, and I appreciate y'all being open and making this cup of coffee, and it enriches and I just want to say thank you. Unfortunately, I think that's the way.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I walk past every day on the way to that coffee shop, like the the guy with like the Free Palestine and the send $1 billion to Ukraine and everything in his front yard. I don't think the way forward is going into his yard and ripping everything up.
No.
No, I don't. I know so. Actually,
Sure.
I know so.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not the way of if Christ, even if you don't follow Christ, that's not repaying evil with evil. Picking up our guns on this side is not the way. But we know that. We know, you know what I'm saying? But you want it to be everyone on this side, get on that side of the field. Everyone on this side, get on this side of the field. We're going to fight in the morning. Mm-hmm. And everybody, if they were honest with themselves, the worst part of humanity likes that. Likes to be, are you with us or are you against us? Because everybody goes, even on Sunday morning, you go, like I posted, I talked a lot about the shows. I might post what I said at the shows today, maybe not, but I posted the flag at half mast. That's about as and I posted, I'm so sad to hear about Charlie Kirk on my story. You know, so you go, oh, I'm willing to go this far. Mm-hmm. You got people that are friends with you that have gone this far, and then people have not said anything. And I was like, we come back to this all the time. We're like, well, I was willing to vote for this candidate, but I'm not putting a sign in my yard. Mm-hmm. I'll put a sign in my yard, but I'm not going to the rally. I'll go to the rally, but I'm not knocking on doors, right? So all these things that you believe in, right or left, Christian or non-Christian, how far are you? And for me to be angry with a friend over how far I went, I think everyone else should go as far. I've seen some people that I think have gone too far in the support of Charlie. And Charlie, I from what I know of him, I do not think would have a problem with me saying sometimes I thought Charlie Kirk went too far.
Sure.
And he was a little bit boisterous maybe in his message and a little cocky. I think you have to be if you're in front of that many people live every day. It's like people judging me for like, all right, dude, that was live. The show was live. There's 5,000 people there. I think maybe his message did lean towards, it might not have been, I believe in what he was saying, but it might not have, this might be more divisive than it is unifying at times. That being said, I agree. I'm 95, 98% pro, you know what I'm saying? But he asked me to come speak at his events and I declined, but I attended them. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So how far, you know what I'm saying? Where somebody goes, hey, I believe in him from afar, but I'm not going to attend. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's on this, when something like this happens, which by the way, it's going to happen again. Maybe not something that divisive, it's going to happen again. So you're going to go this far, and then your neighbor goes this far, and your other neighbor goes this far, and you go, not friends with you more, not friends with you anymore. This is the way. I don't think that's the way.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the way forward. And you go, what is the everything I'm saying, I think, can you cue up that clip?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to find the headphones. This is a clip, you know what this podcast is. We review clips. Let's listen to this one. From, this is like a 3-minute clip. Let's listen to it.
Why do you think your son is conservative? Why do you think your son is conservative?
I have no clue.
It's a father and a son.
Well, that's a bad answer. Hold on a second. You as a father should listen to your son. You shouldn't say, hold on a second. We're both fathers. Hold on a second. That's a bad answer.
I listen to him all the time.
But hold on. But then you just said you don't know.
I don't know where he went so bad. I mean, come on. It's like, I don't know where he went wrong. I don't know how he went off the rails.
See that? All right. Would the smarter of the two like to chime in here? Yeah.
Absolutely. So I used to be at one point on my father's side, and upon doing my own research and seeing things firsthand, I've switched sides, and I've seen I've seen like the liberal tears that he has, like the way that he's complaining, and it's like
don't antagonize. You have to honor your parents. Don't antagonize them. Okay.
100%. So I do respect my father, and I love him.
And you should honor him, and you should also love your son and see where he's coming from.
But back to your point, though, we talk every day about politics to the point where it's divided us, and so for him to say that he does not know where I stand is
so. Let me ask you. Why do you think your father is a liberal? Let me ask you.
I think he's a liberal because, well.
No, let him answer. This is. I'm helping you. I'm a group therapist. You understand what I'm charging for this right now? This is like $5,000 an hour stuff. So yeah.
So I think he's a liberal. Well, I know he's a liberal because he just eats. He gobbles up everything that he. Okay, this is why I know he's a liberal. Because he voted for Kamala Harris and he didn't even know why.
Do you think that maybe he wants to believe government will do good? Maybe that's...
Of course. Okay.
Is that a good answer?
Yes,
now, maybe your son is going more conservative because he thinks government hasn't done a lot of good. Is that maybe a fair charitable interpretation?
That makes relative sense.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. So you guys have a generational divide. You look at government as being probably a force for good. He's grown up in a circumstance where he's seen government declare wars and do a lot of nonsense like the Iraq War. He's not in his head. Trigger the financial crisis, only accentuate income inequality. So what I'm just saying for you two, because a father-son divide is more important than politics, is really try to come down at what generational perspective do they have. Finally, where do you get your news from?
You, baby.
Okay, and where do you get and sir, where do you get your news from?
I don't watch any kind of video media at all. I get it mostly by reading, and I go through a broad spectrum of different sources from all over.
So here's what I'll just say in closing, guys, is that never let politics get in the way of the beautiful relationship between father and son. My advice first is for the son to the father, understand he comes from a different generational perspective. He thinks government is probably a good force and, that we shouldn't question our institutions. Now, your son, understandably, is seeing it harder than ever to own a home. He's seen a border wide open. He's seen lies from politicians. He's seen the enrichment of the ruling class. And instead of interrupting and want to get in an edge, smartly be like, maybe my son is processing a way that I might not agree with, but he's growing up in a different circumstance than I ever would.
That's the guy?
Great, Charlie.
That's the guy. That's the guy you wanted? That's crazy to me, man.
I know.
And he said, and there was like some, he goes, never let politics, this is a father and a son who obviously disagreed. They both came up to the mic together and they hugged at the end. And there is like some boisterous things like the liberal tears and like that's like
it's performative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Then that's where they're like, so like you have like the, and he's going, and he I listened to the whole hour plus episode of, he sat down with Gavin Newsom like 2 months ago. And he was like, I've changed my stance on some things. I used to believe this and I believe this. And you go, yeah, that's what your ability to get on anything and say whatever you want on TikTok for or against him is what he is fighting for. The guy, you go, I mean, the guy sat down 300 plus days a year on a campus. And also, by the way, I think the posture of that is like he's seated.
Yeah.
And every time he talks, he puts down his microphone.
Yeah.
And there's no, my critique of Charlie at points was like, it was a little bit of like a gotcha. Charlie comes in as an adult with all these statistics, with all these numbers, and he's debating kids that are unprepared. But no one forced anyone to come to the microphone. And there's a lot of, you heard Charlie Kirk was coming. You voluntarily came up to the mic knowing what it is, obviously. It is, he said he started, I listened to that podcast with Gavin Newsom. He said he started before he didn't have a social media.
Yeah, he was a teenager when he started like planning turning points.
Yeah, so you're like, oh, it's for clicks. You're like, well, he has to run a business and he has to, but he just went out there because he loved it.
Yeah,
he just sat down at a table and said, let's talk. Mm-hmm. That's the guy?
Yeah, I saw a YouTube comment that said, they killed the let's have a conversation guy. Let that sink in. It's nuts. For me, it's just been disappointing. I think that's been like the biggest emotion I've taken out of it. Is just like, really, this is what we're doing right now? Like, I don't know. Also, I've been torn up thinking about him as a dad, and like those kids don't have a dad now, and they're going to see the video of their dad murdered online now at some point in their life. Like, there's no way they avoid that. It's terrible, man. It really is. And going back to what you were talking about, where you're just touching on, like, that's not the way. Like, what is the way? I think, like, regardless of your ideology, man, like, you're a human, I'm a human, and if you can't see that and strip it down to that, that's okay. I'm not going to hold you accountable for that because that's not my job. And I try to think of it that way. It's like, it's not my job to make sure your thoughts fall into a certain point or fall into a certain lane. It's outside of my control, first and foremost. Secondly, it's what a ridiculous job expectation that, you know what I mean? Like, the job responsibilities on that to try to hold everybody into this is overwhelming and would drive you absolutely insane.
Because people are going to people are not going to respond in the way that you're going to want them to do for the rest of your life, by the way.
Yeah.
So your job, and I've talked about this before on this podcast, my job, if I'm very angry about, like, sometimes I miss here on the podcast or live stand-up when my anger overcomes my perspective on a certain topic. Oh, this is not funny anymore. He just sounds very angry. My job through my primary relationships or therapist or maybe friends is to somehow absolve that anger. So your quote, anger at the opposite side, unfortunately, the way is to not eradicate them. The way is, it maybe don't have to support everything they do, but to find, like the George Carlin clip, he's like, the people that kill are always the people that are like live in harmony. The people that they assassinate are always the, like, Martin Luther, Malcolm X, Gandhi, the guys that are like, hey, we should all figure out a way to get along.
Yeah.
And then the like, I don't want to get into, like, the arguments I've had, I guess, in my DMs, because you go, dude, it's
get out of there, dude.
Yeah, because it does it. But, and then even, dude, listen, I have a friend that, and I'm sure everyone listening to this podcast has been in this situation this week. I had a friend that posted walking at the BLM march here in Nashville. I personally, I speak for myself, and also all the advertisers this week said, you also speak for us too. So that was
keep that in mind.
They were like, hey, anything John says, they said that. I go, I don't know why you guys want me to say that. They go, say it. I go, are you sure? All right, I'll do it. No, I speak for myself here. They go, I fundamentally did not agree with the ideology of that movement. Did Charlie Kirk think is he racist? No. It was, am I racist? No, I do not agree with that. And the where I thought that came from, what they were supporting, and I saw a friend walking in that march. Not only did they walk in it, posted, not on the story, on the feed. Okay? I remembered that from 5 years ago. I just noted that, and I watched to see if they said anything about this, and they didn't. And listen, that is not helpful.
Yeah.
It is not helpful.
You keeping score like that, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
It is me not at my best.
Would you say you're taking an equal but opposite stance as they are in doing that?
We're doing the same thing.
Yeah, that's
we're
how
doing
I
the
see
same.
it.
Yeah, you going and me going and jumping over the counter at the coffee shop and rip. I'm the same as them. Not them meaning the opposition, but we're all. What is it? Implicit. If we're all guilty, if we're doing, then you go, well, I will boo, but I won't pull out a gun or like everybody. You know what I'm saying? Does it I will. Sometimes things I hate on the internet, I scroll by them. Sometime I click not interested. Sometime I click this is harmful and offensive for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, what's the verse? He who has hate in his heart.
You've
already committed murder.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that
Yeah,
it
and
breaks down
I
well.
will be honest, and I think a lot of other people that listen to this podcast have been, if it's not hate, it is very strong anger.
It's like hate light.
Yeah, hate like diet.
Yeah.
Diet.
Hate diet. It's diet hate.
Hate zero. Hate zero.
There it is. We found it. Yep.
Yeah, I got it. We'll get
It's
there.
hate zero. Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
we still got it. We
Hate
still
zero.
got it. Yeah,
we
take
got
zero.
there.
Yeah.
We had to workshop it for a
Like I
second,
still
but we
want to, I still want to.
Yeah, we're still joking around.
It's not as bad for you, but I still want to get the feeling.
You're like, I've been serious for too long. I
Hate
gotta get
zero
something.
is crazy.
Hate zero, bro.
That you go, all right, my is the way forward. And by the way, I have friends that I've talked to that are more active than I am, and I have friends that are less for this to come between that. But we've known this in this country that if the politics start to divide people, I'll tell you what happened last week. That this guy that a lot of people was like, dude, Freddie O'Connell, X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A man came in that was kind enough to come sit down in front of the cameras live. And I said before he came in here, I go, is there anything you don't want to talk about? He goes, no. Mm-hmm. Remember that?
Yeah.
He goes, no. He's like, I'll say no comment if I need to, but no. And I go, and then we talked, he made some jokes about Trump. And he made some jokes about executive orders, like kind of like what we do on this podcast, making light of that he has too much power. That's what he's saying. We made some jokes about ICE or maybe the other side, and then we laughed together, debated together, put our points together, shook hands, and we said if there's anything we can do for Nashville, we'd be happy to do that for us. Let us know. Mm-hmm. He's like, I went to Montgomery Bell Academy. I lived my entire life here in this city. So maybe the way forward is if you think this about ICE, for example, help me understand why. Now we can get to the correct legislation. Help me understand why you feel that way, and let me tell you why I feel this way.
Yeah. I love the concept of greater exposure leads to greater understanding.
That's happened to us 1,000 times.
That's the
in
combo.
here,
And it's why a lot of times, like, this is big in podcasting, where people will have a guest on and they'll have a perception of them already of who they are because they see them in the zeitgeist, and then they come on and they have a conversation, and the moment the door shuts behind them, and we've done thousands of episodes, we've seen this all the time.
Hundreds.
The door shuts behind them. The second it clicks close, they go, "They were great."
Great.
And it's like, yeah, because most people are nice.
Yeah.
Most people are nice people and are reasonable and logical and aren't the extremes that you see on social. This is the first time in my life that I'm really thinking like maybe social wasn't a good idea.
First time.
Yeah. As somebody who's made a living off of working on that type of stuff.
Yeah.
It's been a tough realization to come around to be like, I don't really know if this can be contained anymore. It might be something that
might be too
we didn't
big.
build it for. Yeah.
Well, remember when I think we had this conversation off air that you go, we lost the 170,000 person following Net Positive.
Yeah.
And you go, I don't know if I would start it again. And you said that about your personal Instagram.
For sure.
You said, if I lost my personal Instagram,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd fight to get it back.
I don't think I would now that I'm like now a couple weeks removed from that statement. I think I've resolved I wouldn't.
And the kid
For what?
For what? The kid that shot Charlie. He's like, I saw an interview with someone that went to high school with, and he's like, the easiest way to describe it, and we all know what this means, is he's a Reddit kid. He's a Reddit kid, meaning he's kind of alone, kind of isolated, kind of gets into these like groups where everybody's like, you know what I'm saying? And you can be, what's it called? Not extreme. You can radicalize. You can be radicalized. Like if you go, like somebody told me, similar to the coffee shop example, like if you see a kid and you go, that looks like that you know what this, if you got that, it looks like a school shooter. He looks like you know what I'm saying. That looks like, and you go, I don't think. He's like, there's been hundreds of stories about me included when I was in high school about somebody that would just befriended them, that maybe said, hey, are you waiting for a cup of coffee here? Get in line in front of me. Mm-hmm. Just this. I trust me, dude. I wish the way forward was going into that guy's yard, ripping up all the signs. I wish, dude.
It'd be simpler. Is that what you mean?
Yes, it would be like an X. Because I know everybody that listens to this podcast feels that.
Yeah.
I wish we could. All the stuff you're feeling inside, but that is not the way. And I would venture to say, people on the quote other side of this, whether you call it the left or whether you call it that they would say, I'm obviously executing someone was not the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's why you can't say it's right versus left, because
no, it's not. And going back to like we were talking about where it's truth versus lies, I would add to that, I think it's group think versus individual think.
Yeah.
I think anybody who is blindly following any group, blindly being the key word there.
Hey.
Because you can follow groups. I'm all good with that.
Yeah.
Not blindly. That's irresponsible of yourself. That's a problem. And that's I think what leads to radicalization. That's what leads to people not really questioning even where we're going, but it's such small steps that all of a sudden you end up somewhere and it's like,
you go, what?
How did I get here?
And I would, in support of this, I would add our podcast to that.
I'd add everything to that.
Everything.
I'd add Christianity to
don't
that.
blindly
do
follow
not blindly
me either.
follow. No.
Like whoever you go, hey, no matter what Trump says is right, or no matter what Kamala Harris, not any of them. Mm-mm. Not any of them.
No, because it all goes back to human nature. We're all just people. And that's why the lawn thing doesn't make any sense, because it's like, you don't know why they have those there. And also, do you know why you feel like you don't want them to have those there? Because that's probably the first question that you should ask. Why do I have that rage where I want to go rip up the lawn signs?
Now, if you do hear a news story next week of me doing that, let's just
neighborhoods ravaged.
Yeah, or go.
You know why
go,
John lost HOA? Yeah, destroyed the art.
You were like, oh, dude, like he, yeah.
They're like, we have you on footage. Everyone here has a ring cam.
Possibly the brave, like, it's not committing an act of violence like that with someone that does not have a gun and you have a gun is not brave. You are not brave. You're a coward. I look in the camera and say you are a coward for that. What the bravest thing for me to do would be to walk past a neighbor's houses sitting out there, and I'm not going to knock on the door and go inside their house, but if they're sitting out there, I would go, hey, I just want to let you know I walk past your house every day. And I don't believe in these things, because there's a neighbor next to them that is like, make America great again. We stand for Christian value. And like, I go,
who had the signs first?
Yeah. It's like sign war. I made a video about that.
Nice,
it's like, all right, dude, like the bravest thing is not put out a bigger sign.
Yeah.
I wish it was.
Yeah.
And I think everybody wants that. I wish it was.
Well, that's why we default to it if we're not careful, because it is simpler and easier to take that stance and to look at things that way as ones and zeros and be like, well, you're not us, then you're them.
You're that. I talked about, and I was in Winter Jam in 2018, that Christian tour, and there was people picketing outside. And I was like, oh, awesome. I'm being like persecuted for like being a Christian. You know where the story's going?
Of course.
Yeah. And they're like, oh, we're standing up for the cause of Christ. We walk out there, it's people that are more Christian picketing us, that we have commercialized Christianity for profit and for money. We're not preaching the gospel and we've watered it down. I go, oh, I thought. So now
You're like, I thought I was a martyr.
Yeah, now I'm the bad guy?
Yeah.
And you're like, wait, hold on.
Wait, are they right?
Hold on, who? Wait, yeah, you go, wait, what?
Yeah.
So you go, all right, the way forward is not to fight them or to like rip down the signs.
The way forward is closed mouth, open ears. And not a lot of people want to take that advice, including me often. It's hard to listen, and it's hard to try to put yourself in somebody else's shoes. And it's why not many people do it. It's why people like Charlie Kirk are so special.
And I think that you say open ear, like, well, somebody just assassinated a member of our side. Well, I think, yes, open ears, but also now I do not think that is somebody that, let's say, for the sake of this argument, like if somebody is in front of you at the grocery store that is trans, they do not deserve to be bullied. They do not deserve to be looked down upon. They do not deserve to be not treated as a human. They deserve all of those rights. And I will never condone any kind of violence or any kind of disrespect to another human in that way. That being said, I think this does make you want to stand up for your ideology and fight that even harder. Mm-hmm. And the things that I believe that I will speak out even more boldly about, with tact and with respect. Jesus was not, I'm already doing the thing in my head where like I'm thinking about people, the other side taking this, what I'm saying out of, where like, I'm not comparing Charlie Kirk to Jesus, but like he was the most kind, but he was also very unkind, not unkind, but he treated everyone with utmost respect, but told the truth.
He was a human. He
told the truth to people, and people hated that.
Yeah.
And I'm not comparing Charlie Kirk to Christ, but you gotta go, well, Jesus accepted everyone. No, he didn't. A man came to him and said, I've done everything. What must I do to interpret the kingdom of heaven? And he said, sell all your possessions and follow me. And he said, I can do that. And he said, he was sad for him.
He talked to him.
Yeah, he talked to him, and he didn't hit him. He didn't let him off the hook, but he told him the truth. Mm-hmm. And he said, the woman at the well, he said, your sins are forgiven. Now go and sin no more.
Mm-hmm. He listened to both those people.
We got to wrap this podcast up because I got to get back to fighting people on the internet.
I got DMs.
This week's episode, by the way, brought to you by the good people over there at Rocket Money. Shout out Rocket Money. They've been around for a long time. Yep. Sign up for something, ladies and gentlemen. Forget about it. After a trial period ends, you're charged month after month after month. Subscriptions are there, but you're not using them. In fact, I just learned that 85% of people have at least one paid subscription in one place. They cancel the other ones I'm not using anymore. And now I'm saving money because I just got engaged. And I might have to pay a lot of money for this wedding, but that's my first time ever saying that out loud. I take that back. I'm missing out on a show that everyone is talking about isn't an option for me, ladies and gentlemen. No, it's not. I'm constantly signing up for the streaming services, this one or that
This
one.
is me for sure. I do this.
This
is definitely me. I'm the streaming service guy.
They go, oh, let me get on the Zombie or whatever. That's the, I know, just making one up. Yeah. Rocket Money, ladies and gentlemen, a personal finance app that helps find and cancel your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps lower your bills so you can grow your savings. Unbelievable. Good people over there. Rocket Money has over 5 million users and has saved a total of $500 million in canceled subscriptions, saving members up to $740 a year when using all the app's premium features. Cancel your unwanted subscriptions and reach your financial goals faster with Rocket Money. Go to rocketmoney.com/netpositive today. That's rocketmoney.com/netpositive. rocketmoney.com/netpositive, or the link in the episode below. This episode also brought to you by the good people over there at Miracle Made. Ladies and gentlemen, I wake up on them. Lydia wakes up on them in separate beds. I don't know why I had to include that. Lydia just moved, actually.
Oh?
Yeah.
I knew that.
You knew that? Oh, yeah.
And she's, yeah.
He's always running. Lydia's always running. Yeah, she moved from there.
I know, yeah.
Because her apartment, dude, they're building like a high rise right outside her door.
Easton was just telling me about this morning. They live in the same building.
It's like a metal woodpecker dog.
Yeah.
No, she lives in the building across the street. She's even closer to it.
Closer. She's right outside the door.
Okay.
And she's like, we're probably will be engaged for, I don't know, a year or however. She's like, well, let me just get over there. And then the good people. Oh, the good people over. I can't do an ad within an ad. I'll tell you that after.
Yeah, they would not appreciate that.
Yeah. Temperature regulated properties for better quality sleep, ladies and gentlemen. Miracle Made. Self-cleaning sheets infused with silver that prevent 99.7% of bacterial growth, comfort and quality, designed for your skin. Get yourself some fresh sheets. You know, we can all disagree on a lot of things. We all agree on sheets.
The one thing to unite the world.
The Miracle Made. Yeah. Upgrade your sleep as the weather heats up or cools down. Go to trymiracle.com/netpositive to try Miracle Made sheets today. Whether you're buying them for yourself or as a gift for a loved one, order today. Save over 40% if your promo code netpositive at checkout. You get a free 3-piece towel set and save an extra 20%. Miracle is so confident in their product. It's backed with a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you aren't 100% satisfied, you get a full refund. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/netpositive and use the code netpositive to claim 3 free-piece towel set. I mess that up every single time, and people comment about it all the time. And save. It's supposed to be free 3-piece towel set.
You said it right earlier in this one today.
I said 3 free-piece towel set.
Right,
That's
but
wrong.
earlier when you said it right.
Yeah, I'm batting 50%.
Yeah.
And save over 40%. Again, that's trymiracle.com/netpositive to treat yourself. Thank you, Miracle Made, for sponsoring this episode. Oh, man. Unbelievable. There's so many. You know what I come back to is like, I was going to say, well, the Lydia, the good people over there at Black Tie Moving.
Yes.
Helped Lydia.
Nice.
Yeah. Best in the business.
We know those guys.
Best in the business.
Yeah.
Came over, rolled out the red carpet. Like, they had to her like.
This is the ad that you.
Yeah, I was going to do an ad within an ad. I go, I
Nice.
shouldn't do an ad. Anyway, I don't need to do an ad. If you're moving in Nashville, use Black Tie.
Yeah, the best.
That's the easiest way. Yeah. That to be said. I think we. We were looking at this clip on the internet about it goes back to what we've been talking about the whole podcast about the woman umpire.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Don't open it up yet.
Okay.
Don't open it up yet. So, like, I think all these things, like, it's like it's almost like we know. Like, this is what I said I said I'm at the comedy club in Huntsville. I was like, and this comedy club is 250 people.
Yep.
I go, do y'all realize before 2018, this comedy club was the biggest comics would come here. This is the comedy club. There was no comics doing theaters. There was no comics doing arenas. Maybe like Blue Collar and Kevin Hart. But like prior to 2019. Dave Chappelle, when I came up at Comedy Works in Denver, Dave Chappelle would come to Comedy Works. So after 2019, 2020, 2021, comics started to get, huge.
Yeah.
Comics are going to the arena. Comics are doing, like Nate is doing 3 shows at Madison Square Garden. Like, Shane Gillis
and there's
is
comedians on either weekend around him as well.
Yes,
like more
there's
and more
comedians
and more.
in like football state. Like Shane Gillis just did, like he was with Zach Bryan, who we got to get into that. We may say that for a later episode, but doing football stadiums. I'm like, dude, you don't understand how wild this is. And this is what I talked about at the show. I go, what happened was, I believe this is what happened. Everybody in 2019. 2020, 2021, I think when Trump first became president, you saw a growing of the other side of, I wouldn't call it extremism, but maybe political divide, where like the gender stuff, like somebody said on a comment about Charlie Kirk, I think it's crazy that all this happened because someone wasn't willing to bake a cake.
Oh,
you know,
geez.
Like I don't know why this was the thing that started, you know what I'm saying? But I think 2019, 2020, 2021, everybody goes, okay, regular people. They told me to stand 6 feet apart here in this airport, and then we're about to go in this metal tube where I'm sitting shoulder to shoulder. That does not make sense, right? And you go, I understand you putting sand on the skate park does not make sense. Somebody got arrested for paddleboarding. That, or like being on the beach, and you go, Well, that doesn't make sense. But everybody in like the mainstream media was like not saying it. So these comedians and these podcasters were verbalizing universal truths, and everybody goes, well, I can't say that I gotta hug my grandpa through a trash bag, or like, remember the insane things that were happening, and every human goes, I don't think so, but no one said it because they didn't want to get fired from their job. They didn't want to lose their position on the PTA board. They didn't want to be ostracized by their neighbors, so no one could say it. So comedians were the only ones saying it because media was all shut down. Nobody was making anything. Everybody was too scared to say anything. So you got guys like the rise of all the podcasters you see now. We're all saying things, and that continued through 2020 and things about race, things about politics, things about gender, things about all these ideologies. We go, hey, what about this? And I think we all see like the truth in a lot of these things, and I wrote down a list of like all the things that we like that everybody knows the truth about, that they don't really have to be argued for. They're just kind of like, yeah, we know, and you go, okay, that makes sense. Whether we're talking about, something as simple as like a pastor with a private jet, or we're going all the way to like making fun of something like the somebody that had putting grape juice around their lawn and filming it. You know what I'm saying? Yep. You're like, no. And I've been wrong about some things on this, but you go, no. And I think my encouragement at the live show was to be like, that we all have to start speaking up, not with violence, not disrespecting another person, but we have to start speaking against the things that you go, hey, we're gonna have these books in our classroom. No. Or are we gonna, you know what I'm saying? All the things that I think everybody fundamentally knows are not true, including this Charlie Kirk scenario, but no one wants to speak out about it because they are afraid of and that's where I go, no. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna, and I have on this podcast, and I will continue, and perhaps louder. That being said, I was honored to have Freddie in here.
Yeah.
And I will continue to listen to the other side, and there are times there are not necessarily that I've apologized, but I've had some wrong takes in here.
Sure, we all have.
Yeah, and everybody that listens to me judge what I'm saying and measure it against your faith and your. But I obviously I don't condone violence of any kind, obviously. But you go, weren't you? Everybody in my DMs pretty much says the same thing. How come you weren't sad about Gaza? How come it's the same?
I am. How's that?
Yeah, I go.
I am
this is what I said.
This
is what I said to everybody, and I've responded to every single person. And by the way, I posted the flag at half mast and got thousands. It's my biggest, most viewed story ever. And then a bunch of people said, how come you weren't as sad about Gaza? I go, I knew Charlie Kirk. Mm-hmm. Charlie Kirk was my friend. And then I put them in the restricted, and I didn't see what they followed up with.
And then I ran.
No, but that's the difference between the internet and like this is the internet is like respond with love and put down the phone.
How come you care would have been a great response.
What?
To you responding to them. How come you're not sad about Gaza too?
Yeah.
How come you care if I'm sad about Gaza? Why does that bother you? Why does that bother you so much?
I have to look at my own self in the mirror.
Yeah.
Then you go, okay, my grandma died. Well, there's a lot of other grandmas that died today. How come you're not sad about them? Mm-hmm. What?
Yeah. First of all, you don't know that I'm not.
What?
Second of all, why does it matter to you whether I am or I'm not?
I wouldn't wish anybody on the.
I'm sad about everything. I'm sad. I'm depressed. Is that
everything.
what you want to hear?
Yeah.
You want to hear that I'm depressed?
So you want my whole feed to be sad?
I'm depressed. There's no joy in my life.
Yeah, every
because
day
there's bad things.
another person. I mean, But it's just like a what we talk about in here. It's like it's just a hack premise. Where did you learn that? Think for yourself, please.
Yeah.
Please, I beg you to think for yourself.
Yeah. Dude, even like 2 seconds ago when you said you were talking about we loved having Freddie in here, you said, I'll listen to the other side. It's like, is he another side? I think he's just another human in Nashville.
Yeah, great point.
He thinks he's doing things the way that are right.
I don't think there is another side.
And great, let's have a conversation about that.
You love Nashville. I love Nashville.
Yeah.
We can start there. No, we can't. We don't even have to start there.
That's
we
what
are
I'm saying.
there.
Like we're there. That's where we
there.
are. So let's act like that.
Now he said. Now he might say
he has parentheses D at the end of his name.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden it's like, well, you're the other.
But look
like,
at what Charlie said in that clip. He goes, think about why your dad would be this.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, he probably believed in the government. And think about why your son would be this. And he goes, think about Nashville. Why someone would say, bring ICE in here and get rid of all illegals. And some would say, hey, we got to have a safe place. Like everybody's on that continuum somewhere. Mm-hmm. Let's hear him and let's hear him. Mm-hmm. And let's do what's best for Nashville.
Yeah. A lot to chew on from this one.
I just can't believe
really
that.
Good.
I hope this podcast. I know a lot of people. We all are. We all have the microphone. We all have the microphone and the cameras on you. So we're by default a leader.
Sure.
A voice to be listened to. And I hope this podcast it does help and not aid. I don't want it to aid in a further divide. I would have just like I listened to the Gavin Newsom podcast with Charlie Kirk, and I go, how? I mean, it's not. If he was like, hey, my brother lives in California. Hey, come to my office and have a meeting about California. I'd be like, I'd go.
Yeah.
I didn't hate Gavin Newsom.
You're like, oh, he's not Satan? Oh, cool.
Now I
that's
still
what I've been hearing.
Vehemently disagree.
Sure. That's okay.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I just hope that this podcast is part of the solution versus continuing the divide. Mm. And that being said, that there's a lot of things that we do. Like I said in my show, I go, hey, by the way, all these things I talk about parenting and the economy, and I'm joking, but I'm like not joking. Like I'm not joking about any of this.
Yeah.
Like all these things I'm joking about, I at the end of the day, fundamentally, I'm not joking about any of it. Mm-hmm. I'm not. And like humor is my way of kind of expose. I think a lot of people have done that, like exposing instead of like condemning an idea. Let's just blow it up even more.
It's your delivery method.
Yeah,
you're just able to put it in this way, the same way Charlie was able to be like, I'm going to sit down with the mic and have a conversation. That's
and I'm going to have
suited to deliver it in the best
statistics,
way.
And news stories. And he like Gavin Newsom. He's like, well, you voted for yes on Prop 16, and you voted for like we're not equipped with that information, but I can combat the same issue with humor.
Yep.
And I will continue to do that. And any comments on this podcast or with it or against it, we'd be happy to. We're probably not going to read them, but we won't delete them. Yeah,
no,
we might delete them unless they're like. No, we're not going to delete.
No, we're not going to delete.
I don't think we did. Yeah,
we have never deleted one comment on that podcast.
Say whatever you want. Go and. Let me think.
Have a quality conversation in the comments.
I know how to.
How's that?
Let the YouTube guidelines.
Have a quality convo.
I know how to end this conversation. I know how to end this, dude. My dad was let me look this up. My dad was obviously wasn't as a pastor for a long time, and we'd go to like both services. It was 9 o'clock and 11 o'clock. We'd be at church at like 8 or whatever, and we'd be there till we'd sometimes stay till Sunday night. We'd stay there all day. I was in church all day, and I would always be running around and in varying explorations around the church because my dad was a pastor, running around, playing on the playground, going next door to go to Mrs. Winter's and and exploring all around. And I would always try to sneak back in to like the service for my dad he did the ending. The ending was the same every week. Number 624, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace.
Nice.
See you next week.
I mean, yeah, sure, it was a little weird, but on the net, it was a positive. It was a positive. You cannot be serious. On the net, it's a positive.